Hi, Cal, BHP UK, and on the dyno today we have BMW's 1300 GS. It's a bike that we have actually already cracked the ECU for. We've already done a lot of work in the background for these bikes, and obviously we were very keen to get BMW's new 1300 GS on the dyno to get it optimized. It is an improvement on the old 1250. 50 cc's larger is the engine, and BMW claimed that the power's gone up from 134 to 143. Supposed to make more torque in the mid-range. Proof's in the pudding. We'll do some comparisons between a 1250 and this as soon as we've done the runs. This has come with an Akrapovic double or twin. I'm not sure what BMW's official title for this exhaust system is. It is an official BMW accessory, and it gives you a twin outlet. Not supposed to increase the power at all, but does reduce weight, so that's always an advantage. BMW, I believe, have worked very, very hard to reduce the weight of this bike over the 1250. Comes in at about 12 kilograms lighter than the old bike, which you should really notice when you're riding it around. This particular one has come with option 719. The engine is still stock, apart from the optional exhaust. It's just a colour scheme. It does actually look very nice, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but to me the green and the gold does work really well in the flesh. Let's get it run up on the dyno, get a map for it, and let's get it running properly. Let's free it of all the restrictions that BMW have put in and all the compromises made by Euro 5 regulations. So, what did we manage to do with the R1300 GS? We're actually really pleased with what we managed to do with this bike. At 100% throttle, we've gone up from 136 brake horsepower to 141. This bike did need a little bit of fuel adding even at 100%. Most BMWs don't need to do that, but we did on this bike. As far as the torque's concerned, at 100% throttle, we went from 143 Newton meters at the back wheel to 148. It's a really torquey bike, this bike now, and like I said, we are really pleased with what we managed to do with it. The biggest gains, of course, are not at 100% throttle. The lower the throttle opening that you have, the better the increases and the improvements that we made to the bike. At 50%, we've gone up from 108 brake horsepower to 107. You can see there's a much smoother line now on the power delivery. The torque is a much flatter curve. This bike pretty much gets to the torque that it's going to produce at about 3,500 RPM and pretty much maintains that all the way to red line. We've gone up from 97 to 101, but you can see it's a really flat curve now. At 20% throttle, this bike is actually fairly poor. You can see from the blue plot there, you get to 5,000 RPM and we get a little spike in power. It is, of course, where the cams are shifting over. After the map, that's smoothed over substantially, and the bike now actually does produce power. Not only that, it will actually carry on revving out even with 20% throttle opening, and it will rev out to red line, whereas a standard bike stops at about 7,500. No matter how long you hold it, it just will not pull past 7,500 RPM. We've had to make a lot of changes to the fueling at 20% throttle, and you can see from the fueling plot that we've gone from the blue plot to the red. We've had to add quite a lot of fuel to it. The torque at 20% is absolutely transformed. It's a much flatter line that you get, and the bike does ride totally different on the road. Whichever accelerator position you're at and whatever revs you're at, as soon as you start to turn that throttle, the response is immediate and the latency has been totally eliminated. We're really happy with this bike. We're really happy what we've managed to do with it. Please do hit the subscribe, the like and the bell icon. We have got a comparison video in the pipeline if you're interested in viewing that. See what improvements have been made on the 1300 compared to BMW's evergreen 1250 GS. This bike is available on our ECU Flasher. If you're not local to us but still want a BHP UK remap, this is a device that lets you read your file from your bike, send that file to us, and one of our map writers will modify it and send it back to you, taking into account any modifications you've made to the bike.